Hey, how's it going? It's Lord Char 1892. Today we're going to be going over an interview that Fighting Cowboy did with the executive producer of Lords of the Fallen, Saul Gascon. Now, this interview happened October 19th, 2023. It was live streamed on Twitch. So if you want to see the full uncut episode, head over to the Twitch page on CI Games. This video is going to just be a compilation of the best questions that they asked during the interview. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Everybody, welcome to the Lords of the Fallen Q&A. My name is Fighting Cowboy. I'm a creator that focuses primarily on Souls games, and I'm here with the executive producer of the game, Saul. Saul, how you doing today?
Good, very good, man. I'm very glad to be here with you.
So we're going to be showing off some gameplay today. Saul's just going to be playing through the game. We're going to be taking on some community questions that we already have and doing a open live chat question portion later. So this is well, I don't want to take too much time on that one. But so this one's been in chat a lot. I think this is probably one of the biggest questions we've seen so far. Right now, obviously, New Game Plus, all the vestiges get removed. You're intended to use vestige seeds.
Nice. Yes. First, we're starting off good. No vestiges in New Game Plus. Let's see what he has to say about them.
Is there any plans for adjusting that and making it more approachable? I think one of the biggest ones I've seen is maybe limited vestiges, like having one down at Mother's Lull, for example, or just like, maybe one or two at very far reaches of the map. Is there any plans surrounding that right now, or what are your thoughts on New Game Plus?
We are not planning to change that.
Oh man, that sucks. Major L for the players.
Because in fact, this is a fun story. Like this is the original the vision we had for the game, which was actually to have no vestiges, and all vestiges will be built by the players, right? That's why you have so many vestige seeds around the wall, and that's why you can actually plant it almost anywhere, right? So we're not planning to do that because, in fact, I mean, we hear the people's comments, but we also hear the people that is positive, right? And in this very specific case of the vestiges, there is more people praising us for it than people criticizing it, right? But sometimes it happens that there is a negative comment or a negative trend or something, and everybody doesn't like this. No, actually, if you can do it yourself. Just see the comments. There's more people defending it, people saying they don't want it, right? So at the end, it's a matter of finding always this balance, right, between feedback, but not all feedback means that it's feedback that everybody shares, right? It's the opinion of one person, which is absolutely respectable, right? So at the end, what we do is like see the trends. Like, okay, is this people really asking to change this? Actually, not. Is it divisive? Well, there is some people that doesn't like it, right? But that doesn't mean that we have to remove it, right? Now, this being said, we are in our always thrive for inclusivity, right? To try to kind of not to make everybody happy, because you can't, like it is impossible in life, right? But to give a good, let's say, good chance to be happy to the max amount of people out there, right? We are revising because, like this exact example, right? We will remove this. Yes, we will make happy this percentage of people that doesn't like this in NG plus, but then we will piss off the guys that actually like it. So then, okay, so
you can't win, yeah.
You cannot win. So there is no solution that will make everything win. But this being said, like we've been discussing a possibility on this specific topic to actually maybe revise later on if you want to do modifiers. So you can start a new game adding modifiers, one of them being no vestiges, right? So then this way.
Okay, there you go, Saul. Okay, nice. There's a chance. So there's a chance they'll bring it in the future. So why debate us with the no?
This audience that is like more hardcore, like myself or you, Cowboy, that enjoys more this no vestiges NG plus, right? We can still get it, but the others can get the easier version, right? So at the end, it's a matter of finding the balance. Finding the balance and respecting as well the vision, what we want to deliver, what the experience, right?
Got it. I think I'm always a fan of more options. So I think specific challenge modifiers, that would be a cool idea, but I'd be curious to see where that goes. Another one that I've seen a lot of is regarding loot, and in particular the storage of loot. So no, right now we don't have a stash in the game.
Actually, very surprised that this game came out without a storage option, because it has a lot of its achievements tied to the collection of items, weapons, clothing, spells, and then your inventory gets cluttered instantly. So at least they're gonna, let's see what he has to say.
Do you have any potential plans to add a nice big chest or somewhere I can store my giant list of weapons so that I don't have to cycle through them?
Yeah. So actually, the like, I mean, sorry, there are things that I can talk about and others I cannot. But okay, yes, we are gonna add the storage. Okay, so
Beautiful.
thought, like, when is it coming? That's another story. But there is something that when we saw it from the first time, it just made sense. Like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. So we added it into our backlog of things, of improvements we want to do to the game, and it's gonna happen. When, how, that's something we will communicate in its due time. But these are things that indeed they will improve the experience for everybody, right? There's not gonna be anybody going like, oh, for like the example we said before, you now have Vestiges on G+. You will make happy some, unhappy others. Storage, I think everybody's happy. Let's do storage.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Kind of on that note of other improvements, I know this is one I was talking with Tyler about. Do you think there's any chance for like a test dummy near the hub?
Actually, yeah, that's a really good idea. Just how Liza P had that test dummies, the two in the little courtyard area. That way you could test all the weapons, its moves, and how the speed, and get really used to them. That always helps.
Like, I know that the idea I threw out to him was maybe have a have a Rogar guy that somehow got afflicted with Umbral, so he can't die, and there's just an enemy somewhere at the hub, maybe one of the jail cells, where we can just beat on, and that way we can test our spells, test our weapons, figure out damage, versus running out into the world to find a actual test dummy. Like right now, when I'm testing stuff, I go to the Leprosarium and I fight the big knight that's right there. But I think an actual, not necessarily a training dummy, but just something that we can slap around and see how much damage we're doing would be useful.
I see what you mean. So now I know where this idea comes from, because Tyler was promoting it internally.
Yeah.
So this is something we are gonna look into. But again, I cannot promise anything, because at the end, we work obviously with we read the community and we target first the most important things. Right now, what is the most important thing? It's obvious. It's performance, stability, performance, stability, performance, stability, right? So that's what we are really pushing towards. So when that is done, then we will be able to share plans of or announce like, hey guys, we're releasing this week, etc. We already had a small surprises coming in the past days, and we will keep doing that, right? So we're gonna gift our players with what they deserve. Like, it's cool features, cool stuff. Let's have fun. This is why we make games. We thrive to entertain. That's everything we want to do.
Looking at some other questions. All right, so looking over at chat, we got a lot of questions coming in, so we're just going to go fast through some of these. The first, we have people asking about like infusions or changing the scaling of weapons. Any plans for something like that?
Infusions?
Like, let's say if I wanted to take take a sword and add bleed to it, or take a sword and change it from strength faith to strength inferno. Is there anything like that?
I see what you mean. We don't have plans for that, because the thing is that we offer.
Oh, that's not good to hear. Well, hopefully they walk that back, because being able to change the weapons stat distribution or infusions can really complement your build sometimes if you find a weapon that you really like, but maybe the stat distribution doesn't scale with what you're using. Like, I know, for example, there's a really cool hammer in the game, but I can't use it because it's strength and agility, and I'm running strength faith. So maybe if they had something like that in the game, then I could maybe just wait till I get those items to change the stats around, and then that would have been cool. But I guess that's not what they envisioned for the game.
For through the salts, we offer the possibility to do that temporarily, and it will override the actual effect that you have. So let's say that you have a weapon that is radiant. If you apply on it like an ignite salt, for instance, then you're gonna substitute that radiant damage for the other damage, right? So in fact, you can do it. You can just, with any weapon, you can infuse them with temporarily with any element that you want, right? So we prefer this flexibility, so you can actually keep swapping up depending on the enemies that you find, etc. Then actually having to go to a vendor, apply the infusion, then find the next enemy. Oh, okay, this guy is not weak against it. Okay, what do I do with my weapon now, right? I already spent a lot of vigor, a lot of items. Let me switch to my main weapons because I'm getting my ass kicked. Sorry. But yeah, like upgrading weapons is important, and in fact, even if we, you can get a lot of crazy effects out of the runes themselves, right? So
Yeah.
if we go for instance, so let me just kill her. It's just revenge, pure revenge. If we just go to the actual vendor, let's go.
Well, while you're fighting that, we got another one here. Someone's asking, are we gonna have the option to redo character appearance, like similar to how we can rebirth and change our stats? Is there going to be added to change our visual look?
So this is a feedback that we've seen actually happen quite often, and we're thinking about it. I mean, we cannot promise anything because it has a couple of technical implications, but we are, let's say, it's in our list of things to check, right? It's like, okay, community, we've seen that this is growing. More people, the more they play, actually, the more we see this request growing up, and in our, let's say, in our will to make the best game possible, this is indeed in our list of potential things to do. Yes.
Someone's asking, are we going to get better access to rebirths? Right now it feels limited, but it feels almost too limited.
That's a good question. A lot of the feedback has been that the rebirths are very limited in this game. So let's see what he has to say about it. Now, rebirths are when you can redo your stat allocation or respecking.
So rebirths, yes, you have several. Sorry, I should have stayed in the Scarlet Bridge. So you have several, and in fact, whoever said this haven't checked the Umbral Shrine recently.
Oh shit, he's about to drop some knowledge on us then.
Because the community actually unlocked the tier in which these are unlocked for everybody. Look, let's go. So now if I go to the community, bam, there you are, right? So basically, as the community reached tier 2, the rebirth chrysalis are now available for infinite purchase in the...
Oh shit, so they're unlimited. We just hadn't discovered it then yet.
Umbral Shrine, right? So short answer, yes. Long answer, check the Umbral Shrine and you have them there.
Another one, we have a lot of people asking about the item drops from certain events, like only getting the three eyeballs from Revenge, the hands from PvP. So I guess this is kind of a broader question, but thinking about the rewards you get from the activities as well as the costs.
Oh, for the covenants. Yeah, the covenant costs a lot of materials
that are currently in the shops. Are you monitoring those? Are there plans to revise those? Are you happy where they're at?
So right now we are happy where they are.
Oh shit, and they're happy where they're at. So those high costs are staying.
Where they are, we're monitoring those rewards, like how many purchases happen, right? Because in fact these are all through the social ones, right? The fact that actually the community went faster than what we thought to unlock those tiers. We expected to be like week 2 or something. It's like, huh, they're already there. Like, whoa, okay.
Not everybody has that time to sink into the game to grind all that out, because there's a lot of different covenants, and then a lot of the armor sets are tied to the covenants. So if you're trying to go for that 100%, it's gonna take a lot of grinding. So I was really hoping he'd say that they're gonna adjust it down to be more realistic, but I guess not.
So they already unlocked some of the content, a couple of things, and the chrysalis in the umbral one, and then in the other ones, like for instance in the rover one, there is a very useful one for PvP players, which prevents others to actually heal in PvP. So you activate it, so then nobody can heal along that fight. But no, yes, we were pretty happy with the content. Now, this being said, like yeah, we are gonna keep working on the game, adding more content as we've been showing this last week, right, since launch, and that content is gonna be going directly to those social stores, right?
See, now, if they're going to add new content into the social stores as well, and with those high inflated prices, man, it's going to be grinding for days.
So, oh, look, somebody made it. Somebody used the cowboy password. So, so the maybe somebody from the team, because it's not a public boot. Anyway.
Well, going on, so there's a lot of these coming in. Another one we're seeing is, I mean, well, I guess it's bigger than this, but they were asking about a boss rush mechanic. So, not only that, but I guess what are your kind of plans for expanding the game? Thinking about DLC potential, is there maybe a boss rush, maybe a PvP arena? Are you just kind of focused right now on let's get everything how we want it first? Is DLC so far on the horizon, or is it something you're already considering?
So I'm gonna be super honest, Cowboy. Like, we have a game that for some people takes like 50 hours to complete, and this is just a first playthrough, right? So right now, for us thinking of future content, it's a bit, you know what I mean? It's a bit too early, you know?
Oh, okay, so they're going to focus on the game first, fixing it, ironing out all the bugs, and then DLC in the future. So that's good. This game wasn't made with the intention of having DLC, like, other companies.
Like, there is a lot of fun to be made here. There is a lot of things to be done. There is quest lines that people has not even discovered that are out there.
I mean, I think I've discovered a lot. No, I'm kidding.
Well, some of them they've been discovered, yes, but some others not. So the thing is that we are listening. So what is important is, like, we have a great game with a lot of content to satisfy you, especially if you are a fan of action RPGs, and we are listening. So keep the feedback coming, because we are gonna for sure listen to it, study it, and act on it, right? Even if sometimes it might be a no, but then we will say, like, okay, no, this we cannot do because whatever reasons, right? Or because we don't agree, because sometimes it happens, right? Or actually it's not a popular demand as it sounds, So it depends a lot, like, depending on everything. But what is important is that sorry, this guy is using the mobs against me. That's very smart.
Any plans to add controller remapping for better accessibility?
This is something we're looking into it, yes.
Someone said, are there any plans to be able to sort the inventory, whether by alphabetically or the last acquired?
This is a consistent feedback that we got lately, as people basically is getting their inventories flooded. So it kind of came together with the storage box, right? Like, okay, now I have my inventory full. Give me the tools to kind of organize myself, right? So, and that's something that we're gonna look into it, as well as all the other suggestions.
Speaking of fashion, we got two less questions related to that. So the first, someone would like an option to preview the tinks in the shop and see what they look like before purchasing. And
yes, because most of the tinks come from the Covenant rewards, and the price for them are super high up.
Other is someone wants to know if there's any plans to be able to save a character appearance so that you could use it on a later save.
So both suggestions are suggestions that we're looking at. But in this case, we will prioritize, for instance, the ability to be able to share appearances. So not just save, but actually save and share, because this is something that, like, whenever we do a feature or we implement something coming from our own ideas or from the community, we always max it out, right? So, for instance, in the case of or we try to max it out, right? So, the specific example of the appearance, saving appearances, then we will be thinking something more like, okay, yes, you can save an appearance, but also you can share it with whoever you want, right, online. Like either with a code or with a save that is separated. So find some ways that people then can share their look. So then you can have like, okay, Hugh Jackman lookalike, right, or the Hulk lookalike, right? These things that are lovely, and we all strive for. So here is another of our friends. Let's just.
We're coming up on time. The last question that we have for you.
Oh man, he dodged that first part of the question.
When are you going to add the secret cowboy hat into the game for me? But thanks for everyone for coming to join the Q&A session.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to stay in the know of more Lords of the Fallen news. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the interview. What was your favorite part?